Okay, what's up, guys? Let me just test this real quick here. Make sure this is working. I'm trying to do a multicam one here, so hopefully you can hear me clear. Okay, that sounds good. Give me a 69 in the chat if you guys can hear me good. Poncho boxes have the best hits. What's up, Silky? Silky is the guy that I got this from, actually. All right, cool. So you guys can hear me good. All right. So I finally got my Metazoo 2.0 boxes here. I've got 5 of them, and we're also going to do 4 regular first edition boxes here. All right, cool. What's up, Greg? What's up, Supreme Senpai? Sally's Hallies hidden coming in. Okay, so this will be my first box that I've ever opened to this. I got one on Whatnot. I forget the name of the streamer, but that was the first. That was my first peek that I got. And I've tried not to watch too many openings, so I didn't get too many spoilers of these. You guys can see the second cam, right? I pulled it up on my phone. And I could see it pretty good. I don't have a lot of room on my desk to mount a camera. That's why I've never done it before. What's up, Metazoo crew? What's up, Mothhawk? We finally got faced. What's up, Laura? I've kind of got to watch my phone off in the corner here because I had this DoorDash order and I had alcohol in the order, and the lady couldn't scan my ID. So she had to go return the alcohol, but I was just out there talking to her before I started this stream, and she said she's going to come back, and I sent her some money via Apple Pay, so she's just going to text me and come back with the alcohol that I ordered. All right, so we got a Puckwudgie, Cherufi, Lechuza, Fire Drake, Humple Dumple, Uctena, Mothman statue, Summoning Circle, Uctena, Goofus Bird, Billy Whack Monster, and Air Aura. I do like these hollows. So what do you guys think? What you guys that have opened these already? Did you guys have good luck with these new boxes, or what were the pull rates like for you guys? Had so much fun opening them. Probably a long shot, but I would love to see the second Topps Chrome set that never came to be. I don't think that's going to happen at this rate. I would like to see it too, but I've been waiting for this Metazoo video. It says communications. I know I'm a little bit late. It just took me a while to get my boxes. I didn't buy them direct from the distributor like apparently everybody else did. So I had to wait like an extra week to get mine. Really, all I'm hoping for here is the Mothman, but the Mothman that Mothhawk pulled, the OG artwork Mothman, was pretty sick. That full art looked really good. Lightning Aura. Nice. Speak it into existence. There's a Mothman right there and a Bigfoot. I really like this artwork. I believe this was Jet Yates, right? This looks sick. I think that'll be the first card that we sleeve up today. God, that's a beautiful card. I saw that Charlie posted on Discord that you can already send these in the PSA. You just have to fill out the description yourself. So does this qualify as a reverse hollow, this Lightning Aura? It's kind of just got the hollow on the borders. Like I said, I haven't really watched too many of these openings, so I don't really know the full rarity scale. I guess it looks kind of like a reverse. That's a case hit? What the Mothman is? I screwed the pooch for Nick there. No, you're good, bro. You're good. I was happy to wait. I was kind of busy anyway this week. I didn't know which day I was going to stream. It probably would have been today. And so the Bigfoot is like the super rare, right? That's the 2-star. I feel like Lightning Aura is a hit. Which one is a misprint? You should be sleeving those alt arts to the Bigfoot. Okay. I thought this rarity, the 2-star, was kind of the equivalent of a reverse holo. You don't get them in every pack, but you get like 10 or 12 a box, right? What's up, Kobe? How many should I get, Nick? I love the look of the new cards. I'd get at least a case if I were you, if you're going to crack them on stream. Holo auras will hold a tiny value. People like blinging out their decks. So I should sleeve those too. I probably should have put the camera on this side because I'm looking at the screen, so I'm turning my head the whole time. But there's not really any room over here because the mic stand would be in the way of where I would put the camera, so I had to. Those 2 stars are like $5 cards. Sleeve, don't top load. Okay. Thank you, Blitzen. It's taken like everything I've got not to watch everybody's streams. I know everybody's been cracking these, but I didn't want to spoil it too much for myself. So I watched a little bit of that Whatnot stream that I bought that booster box from, but I haven't really watched many other openings since then. Got a Dingbell, Puckwudgie, Lechuza. I really like this new interpretation of Lechuza, by the way. Cherufi, Emerald Protection Amulet, Earth Elusive, Chuvash Dragon, Face to Face, and Uctena. That's a sick. This Uctena is sick. And a lot of people were talking about they don't like the black borders. I actually do like these black borders. I think they look good. And people were asking about the card quality. I think they feel nice. I feel like they're a little bit thinner than the OG Metazoo, but I think they feel nice. I think the texture of them is good. They're just not. I feel like the OG Metazoo cards were a little bit thicker than this. Yeah, in that box, I got 3-star alt arts. I really like this Uctena. Uctena wasn't red in the OG Metazoo. It was white, right? Trying to kind of start some piles here. Black borders are clean, especially with black backs. Nick, give us the scoop. What's your take on these 11-inch? I actually like it. What I've seen so far, I actually really like. I like the hit rates that I've seen so far. It looks like people pull about 2 of those 3-star hits in every box, and I feel like that's a good. I like that they have such a diverse rarity structure. Like with Metazoo, there was like the secret rares in the box that were impossible to pull, but all the holos were like, there wasn't anything structured like this where it's only a couple hits per box. You still get some holos, but then there's that next level of hit. And I kind of think that makes it a little bit more enjoyable to open a box because with Metazoo, I mean, you open 2 boxes of Wilderness. Outside of the secret rares, you're basically pulling everything. If you open a couple boxes, you've basically seen it all with Wilderness or something like that. So I kind of like that you could open 5 boxes of this and not even come close to completing those 3-star cards. Hit rates are definitely consistent and fair, way better than the OG Metazoo. Was too much of a lottery, says Michael. Yeah, I'm going to rip 5 of these boxes tonight and then 4 first edition boxes. Pamela, Raiju, Precarious Bird's Nest, Rat King with the OG artwork back, Babe the Blue Ox. I actually really like this Babe too. Lava Bear, Night Vision Goggles, Casey Jones, really cool looking Snipe, Double Trouble, and this is the Lechuza that I really like. This one's really cool. And then if the character's hot like Mothman, right now $200 card, boom, boom. Yeah. So there's how many total Mothman are there in this? There's like 4, right? Maybe there's 5. There's the hollow that I pulled, and then there would be 4 other ones, right? Or is there 3 other ones? Feels like a lot of fluff was cut with this set. Super enjoyable to open. I agree. So far, so good. So far, I like it. So, like the snipe is just, I guess, just a 1-star rarity. Hmm. Honest opinion, Nick, old or new? Well, I haven't opened enough of the new to really say that I would prefer that to the old, but so far I've liked what I've seen. Some of the big hits that I've seen of the secret rare, the hidden rare hits or whatever, I think those look really cool. I really like that they use the OG Mothman artwork on that full art. I've seen some people say they don't like that they're repurposing the old art. I actually think it's cool that the old art gets a little bit of a honorary mention in this new set in kind of a different form. Never seen a card plumbed so much. Oh, plummet so much. The Rat King is a $20 card on GOAT right now. Well, they've probably got thousands of them. I said that when people were buying them for $100 a pop on GOAT. That Rat King card, we don't know how many they have. They probably have a box of thousands of those. That's probably why it's gone down to $20. What I did see on eBay, there was people selling them for 20. But I feel like they've probably got maybe multiple boxes of thousands of those cards. Thanks for the mind meld. Pretty intense. Have a good night. Alice in Silverland. Your thoughts on Piazza? There's some very different interpretations of Piazza in this set, like very different looking versions. The hidden rare one, let me see if I have a picture of it on my phone. I saw one of the hidden rare ones today where it looked like a completely different character, but it was Piazza Bird, but I don't know. I feel this is one of the things that we talked about before they came out with this set is the variation of artwork going to be a little bit too much where maybe it doesn't even look like the same cryptid. Unrivaled Strength, a Villarica, Lava Bear, and a Quetz. I do like the alt art Quetzalcoatlus in this the full art, whatever you would call it. The 3-star one looks really cool. Lots of hollows have scratches or print lines if you look closely. I would imagine a card like this probably would. I don't see a print line, but I do see some little scratches up there by the 6. There's definitely some scratches on there. I mean, it's kind of like a Topps Chrome refractor. I mean, those cards were almost impossible to grade in a 10 just because there's so much surface area for the hollow to be scratched. I hope we see artwork appear in future sets. Piazza grew on me. I was unsure at first. The 3-star Piazza slaps. I don't think I've seen all the different variations of Piazza in this set, so I don't know for sure. But I did see someone post the hidden rare one today. It might have been you, Mothhawk. And I thought it was cool, but it was definitely different from what we're used to seeing. That stream was filled with resellers. None of the stuff moving on eBay. Skateboard still listed. The goat stream. Golden Bear. Airdrop. Puckwudgie. Blown away. The OG snipe artwork here. God, I love snipe. Spring heels. Groot slang. Sleeve up our Groot slang. So how many of these Mothhawk, how many boxes have you opened up at this point? Oh shit. This chick's texting me. Let's see. Send address. Yeah, so I ordered this DoorDash order, and it had alcohol in it, and she couldn't scan the app wouldn't let her scan my ID, so she, like, put that in there, and it forced her to go return the stuff, and she felt really bad, and she didn't wanna go return it, so she is gonna have to go return it, but I said, "I'll just send you some money via Apple Pay, and just go we'll just do an off the app deal here, and you can just bring me the stuff off app." I hope she actually comes back because I already sent her the money, but we'll see. Kinderhook Crackle Bar. That was from the Halloween set, right? Pamela, Rainbow Crow. I really want the hidden rare of the Rainbow Crow too. It's a beautiful card. Radioactive Hornets, Wildfire, Claustral Canyon, Holy Warp Egg, kind of a Chaos Crystal vibe to that one, and a Hyperion. Few cases of 12. Damn, dude, you went hard on this. What's up, Richie? Good luck on the pools. Exciting times for Metazoo fans. Still miss the old Metazoo. It hits different. What's the back look like? That's what the back looks like there. Andy's Egg. Hidden Rare Rainbow Crow is my hardest alt art to pull. Could be just a coincidence, though. What's up, Dub? Long time no see. I feel like it's been over a month since I've done a stream on here. That's why I tried to get this one to be a little bit better and have the face cam on here, but it was a pain in the ass to set this up because there's like no space on this desk for a camera. Uctenna, Humple Dumple, Slide Rock Bolter, Itveros, Lightning Elusive, Radioactive Hornets, Medford Schmoes, Metal Man of Alabama. Ooh, that looks sick. That looks really good. That is a good looking Metal Man. That's really cool. I've been watching for like 3 minutes and just noticed the face cam. Looks like a 3D effect, like it's popping out of the card. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like that a lot. Have any of you guys sent in any of these cards to get graded yet? What's up, Green Star World? So far, so good. Off app dasher deals, this guy. I don't know if she even fully knew what she was doing because the way she tried to scan my ID, she didn't try very hard. And then she clicked next, or she clicked like, oh, nice, power up orange, an explosive rabbit. But on the app, she clicked like, I feel like she accidentally clicked that I'm not of age because it wouldn't scan. I don't know what she clicked, but then it forced her to go return the stuff, and she felt really bad. Reverse Mothman is a hard pull. Good thing the new Metazoo isn't printed in China with all these new tariffs. Nick was secretly 20 this whole time. Actually, I'll be 32 in a month and 7 days. Kissy Bug. I always like this one. Lizard People, Kentucky Hellhounds, Fortified Barricade. Nice Rainbow Crow. I haven't noticed any print lines on these ones, but this one looks pretty decent. Tariffs was probably for them. What's up, Sleazy P? It's good to have everybody in here. Oh, I just looked at the view count. We got 104 people watching. I've got it pulled up on StreamYard instead of on YouTube, so it's kind of a different layout over here than what I'm used to. But I wanted to make sure I could see the stage here in case I need to change anything with where the camera's at. What's up, Cart Gal? What's everyone's ASL? What does ASL mean? Smash that like button. What's up, Greg? Thank you. I appreciate that. Mave, Basket Ogress, Mount Price, Power Surge, Hanging Hills. I really like this Bat Squatch artwork too. I like this better than the OG Bat Squatch for sure. Villarica, Static Vision, Grease Lightning. That's an interesting take on Griddle Greaser Pete. Bulk Up, the Bigfoot. That's the design that I hate. And a Fire Aura. What's my chase card in this? My chase card is the card that Mothhawk pulled. The OG Mothman hidden rare. That thing, I think that thing just looks so sick. Did you keep that Mothhawk or did you sell it? I saw that there were a couple that sold on eBay because I was gonna just try to buy one, and all I saw was like $2,000 or $3,000 or best offer. So I never pulled the trigger on that, obviously. But that seems to be the highest card, the highest valued card at least. Lava Bear, Rat King, Babe the Blue Ox, Snallygaster, Basket Ogress, Mave, Flaming Spear of Pain, Dingbell's Toolkit, Uluru. Ooh, very nice. I really like this awful. I'm sleeping that up. See, I think this is an example where the black border works really, really well on this card. Oh, shit. Is she back here already? Oh, shit. Hold on. I'll be right back. I think someone's here. Give me a second. Boy. Get out of here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Venus. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Seriously. Everybody can see you on her. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. All right, I'm sure he just burst your eardrums with that. Hold on. Come on. Go. Oh, shit. All right, my bad. My bad. I didn't think she'd be back that quick. All right. Black Buffalo is good. Blood Orange is awesome. Not the bitch we were expecting. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Oh, I forgot to put that there. My bad. Did you tell her to watch a stream? No. I have a feeling she would not be interested at all in watching the stream. That was quick as hell. What time is it? I started the stream 20 minutes ago, and she had just left like right when I started. All right, let's get back into this here. Now I don't have to like look over my shoulder, making sure she's not here. And this mic feels like it's like in my way. Ah, what the hell? All right. Because I feel like we got a long night ahead of us with all these boxes. Man, see, this is why I don't like the multicam thing. All right. Start over. What? Oh, Jesus, come on, man. This thing. Stay. All right. Hodag, Pamela, Bacon Wand, Growth, Trapped Lightning. Dude, that is a sick looking Thunderbird. That looks so dope. Very Zapdos-esque, though, I gotta say. It's like the inverse of Zapdos. The black is where the yellow would be on Zapdos, and the yellow is where the black would be. That looks sick. Very cool. I'm gonna sleeve that. Oh, there we go. Our second Mothman of this box. Dude, this camera is about to drive me crazy. Very nice. Hopefully that's a good omen of things to come. I do see a big scratch. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Focus up there. There's a big scratch at the top, right above his name. It's kind of hard to focus because it's so reflective. There's definitely a big scratch up there, though. Damn. Oh my God. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's do this here. All right. Like Mr. Beast. Yeah, the new scratch is not as good as the old scratch. Oh, Metazoo's in here. I don't know if that's the actual account or not, but they're in here. Literal train wreck. What's up, Metazoo? Man, I swear to God, this camera, this tripod, I've got it on like one of those weird, like bendy tripod arms. And it doesn't have like a tripod head screw at the top of it. So I had to like mount it to it with the clamp, and the clamp keeps coming loose. Let me try this here. Okay. I feel like that's gonna stay. Because like this backup camera, the camera that I'm filming the cards on, it has like an actual screw-in thing, and this other webcam is just like a piece of shit. Hopefully that stays. Warning shot, Hodag, unstable power transformer, lava armor, Javier, radioactive hornets, knife's edge, mapping trophy. I like the raccoon, Ozzy. Another variation of awful. That's kind of it's got like a 3D glasses effect to it. And a Phoenix as our 2-star rare. When's the second set? Metazoo TCG says catching cryptids. Kobe collects, appreciate it. Work in progress, but so excited about everything. Metazoo, will there be another reprint? Seems product was tough to get, and now cases are heavily. That's a good question. If they're gonna reprint this up, Baby Phoenix spotted. It is a cute little character. The cards are not in focus. I feel like the focus goes in and out. Giant Salamander, Mantis Man, Stormbringer, Power Cell, South Mountain Caves, Jackalope, Silicon Valley. That's a cool one. Grounding Ritual Staff, Phantom Car. Very nice Van Meter Visitor. Very different than the UFO one. And a Phoenix. So Baby Phoenix followed by the full grown. That's pretty cool. TMX Comics says, Metazoo, will you be at the Jersey Collecticon? They remind me of Lorcana, says Banana Geeks. Phantom Car Reverse Hollow is sick. Ghost Deer, Malik, Wingok, Giant Salamander, Mantis Man, Small Discovery, Snipe, Double Down Chip, and the Ho-Oh, very reminiscent of another legendary bird, Jetstream. I really like these horizontal cards. These are pretty cool. Ooh, there we go. This is the Quetzalcoatlus I was talking about when I started the video. I really like this one. This is one of my favorite of the 3-star rares. I'm glad I pulled one of these. Very cool looking card. The Weather Wonder. Now with these textured cards, I saw a lot of people saying that there's been some print lines and scratches and stuff. With the textured cards, did you notice print lines and scratches? Because I'm not seeing any on this one. Last sold was 150 on that Quetz, really? I haven't really looked much at the secondary market, to be honest with you guys. Better put it in a card saver, though, if it's 150. How does it feel with only 20 packs in a box? Well, there's 24 packs, not 20. But I mean, you can definitely see the size difference if you look at the here. Because I've got the first edition boxes here. You can definitely see a difference in thickness. It's pretty substantial. Going all in on this as Pokemon Master James. Mount Price. Hanging Hills. Power Surge with a Thunderbird on there. Precarious Bird Nest, Griddle Greaser Pete, the OG artwork, Sheep Squatch, new artwork, Ozark Howler, Momo, OG artwork, Blown Away. Oh, this one's really cool looking. Chavash Dragon. Kind of looks like Smog. And another Phantom car. That's a pretty cool looking one. Fire Aura. Anyone know why Metazoo hasn't really promoted this drop at all, says Justin. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I feel like they've released quite a bit of, at least as far as on their own social media, promotional videos and stuff. But if you mean like marketing wise, buying ads. Metazoo TCG responded to Banana Geeks and says, gameplay, especially with the current card pool, is rad in our unbiased opinion. Seeing people pick it up quickly with the demo games this last weekend at Collecticon was so cool. Sheep Squatch, Trap Lightning, Archive, Chavash Dragon. I'm not familiar with this cryptid. I'm going to have to Google this after the stream. Shibuya Crossing, River Bluffs Mural, Static Wand, Back for Seconds, Lava Bear, Spring Heel Jack, and there's our second 3-star rare of the box, the Ziz. This is one of the ones that I pulled from that Whatnot stream. Very cool. I'm hearing a lot of thunder. I don't know where you guys live in the States, if you live in the States, but we've had storms here like all week, and it sounds like tonight is no exception, so hopefully we don't lose power. I feel like Metazoo Metatunes would be a cool name for something in the future, says Brian Fatoni. Damn, we got 130 people watching this right now. It's more than I expected. I felt like I was way too late for this to be a bigger stream. West Virginia here, been storming on and off. Hopefully none of you guys live where the really bad tornadoes were. Central Illinois, says Knights Templar. That must be another Thunderbird you're about to pull. Why do you say that? Nia, Hopkinsville Goblin, Black Dog of Hanging Hills, Twin Lightning, Emerging Sunshine, Jersey Devil, Flashlight Frog, Hopkinsville Goblin, Jersey Devil, Sword of Surtur. I feel like one of those letters is silent in the Surtur. Either the R or the T. 130 watching, but only 50 likes, you say. My brother's in Kentucky. They just had tornadoes. Yeah, we've had a tornado watch or warning almost every night for the past, I guess, 3 nights. But it really hasn't been that bad here. Just a lot of storming. The wind damage wasn't really that bad. I'll be buying a few singles of this, but I think Cryptid Camp is going to be my main squeeze. Says Chop My Noodle. Chopsy Noodle. Reminds me of Lord of the Rings, says TMX Comics. So for those of you guys that have opened both in the chat, which do you prefer? Cryptid Camp or the new Metazoo if you've opened both? Javier, Radioactive Hornets, Nia, Emerging Sunshine, Air Elusive, Cherufi, another variation of the Jersey Devil artwork here. Quick Upgrade with a little ding bell holding a corkscrew or something. And Van Meter Visitor, kind of another variation. New Metazoo hands down. New Metazoo 100%. New Metazoo, I like both, but I feel like one has a true backing and the other is another TCG pump and dump. Michael Focus says, Bailey can go rot. No Cryptid Camp at all for me ever. Nick, have you caught any gray stamps / light printed cards in this yet? Gray stamps. Where should I be looking for a gray stamp? I haven't noticed any light printed cards, but not gray stamps either. Bridget, Third Eye Man, Arya, Sacred Flame, Azaban, Fire Elusive, Prevent Destruction with a kind of female-looking Cumberland Dragon, Krakata, Blazing Jetpack, Billy Whack Club, Lightning Aura. Say No to Camp. Floyd says Timu Metazoo. Are you referring to Cryptid Camp? All right, so I've got 3 packs left in this box. I think chances are there's probably not going to be another 3-star hit in here, but there could be. Anyone know if there will be starter decks for this set? I believe that's what the alpha, the demo packs are, right? Essentially, that's what they are. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Metazoo, or Charlie. Yeah, the alpha decks. I did have a question though. How do we get the magazines? Were those direct from the distributor? I must have totally missed that too, because I saw the magazines start popping up on eBay for like $250, $300. I was like, where did these even come from? Nice Babe the Blue Ox on this trample card. What's the best hits in this set? The 3-star, any of the 3-star rares are really the best hits in this set, which are these here. I ordered a magazine from a website as a pre-order, and they told me sometime in the next month. Says TCG Warrior. Okay. Sold at the cons. Says Smoking Them Grits. Who the fuck? Someone keeps blowing up my phone. I can't tell who it is from here. Lava Armor, Bigfoot, Crocata. I don't mind this Bigfoot so much. That one's kind of cool looking. What's up, Tuffy? My man. Good to see you, bro. Mr. Maggio. I want to put this Mothman in a card saver too. I'm going to start putting these hits in this box now that it's empty, though. Trying to get White Castle, but no one will pick up. Are they going to release the Metazoo magazine, or was that an exclusive thing? Been thinking of getting into some meta. The artwork is very nice. I do think the artwork in this set is really nice. I agree with that. All right, see you. Thanks for stopping by, Metazoo TCG. Long live Zombie Zoo. What's up, Civic? So these are the hits so far from the first box, or at least my favorite hits include the Mothman. These are the 2 3-star hits, the Quets and the Ziz. Yeah, Tuffy, the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, wait, there's still one more pack. What am I doing? I got distracted by the celebrity of Tuffy. Stormbringer, Jackalope, South Mountain Caves, Cumberland Gap, Ignite Arms, Mothman statue. That's a cute one. Summoning Circle, Spiked Collar, Fossil Lake. Yeah, I really think these horizontal hollow cards look really cool. And a Sun Wukong of the 2-star variety. Typically, it's 2 3-stars per box, but like I said, that one box that I got from that Whatnot stream, we did get 3 out of that box. So it's not a perfect system, I guess, but I think for the most part, it's been pretty consistent that you would get 2. Damn it, Nick, don't curse me like that. Oh yeah, that's true too. TMX Comics is 2 or 2 and a hidden rare. So you could get one of the like the OG Mothman that we were talking about earlier. You could get that and then 2 of those 3 stars. The horizontal hollows remind me of the old WotC Harry Potter cards. I never opened any of that. I'm not familiar. I know it's taken me a little bit too long to get here and open this new Metazoo, but finally came in. So I haven't ordered any more yet. I was gonna open these boxes, kind of see what I get and kind of feel it out, and then decide how many more I want to order and how many more I want to open on the channel, just based on how my experience goes with these tonight. But I do plan on ordering more. It's just a matter of how many I actually want. But we'll see. A God. $146 in here, man. That's crazy. How can you tell if it's a secret rare or a hidden rare? The number on the bottom of the card will be greater than the number of cards in the set if it's a hidden rare. Well, I guess that's a good question. How can you tell if it's a secret or a hidden rare? What is the distinction between the two? So is the 3-star rare considered a secret? I guess it is. It's 233 out of 214. That's actually a good question. What is the differentiation between a secret rare and a hidden rare? I'm going to go ahead and put this Sun Wukong in a card saver as well. Ah, that's right. That's right. It's a big star for the hidden rare. Okay, that's right. So, like, on the secret rares, there'll be 3 little stars in the bottom, and a hidden rare will have just one big star. I told you guys I haven't watched a whole lot of these openings, so I'm not super familiar. I tried to save myself a little bit of surprise when I finally opened it. I want to get a box just to keep sealed, says JP Gaming. I kind of want to I kind of hope they reprint this so I can order a sealed case directly from the distributor and maybe have a chance at getting one of the Poncho boxes, because right now those Poncho box prices are insane. Phoenix. I really like this Phoenix card. Sweet. Thanks for the clarification. I was waiting for you to open some packs. No problem, dude. They definitely need to add a better security sticker. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, just at the very least, a little bit less plain. Just a little texture, a little logo or something on there. Because, like, this had the void on there on the old Metazoo. I'm sure as they continue with this new Metazoo, they'll have some additional little tweaks here and there that'll make it better. Man, I hate how this this bar of this light is like right in the way of this camera now. I wonder if I just... It's a little better. Three stars is alt art, big star for hidden. And only people who walk around at cons seem to have them. How many people actually ordered a case and actually got a Poncho box? I haven't seen, except for Mothhawk. Mothhawk got one. I haven't seen the guy on Whatnot opened a case and he didn't have one. Mothhawk is the only guy that I've seen open a case that had one, but granted, I haven't watched very many openings, so I don't know how prevalent the Poncho boxes actually are within a case. Secured facility, Spring Heeled Jack, and another really cool. I really do like this Metal Man. This is pretty sick. Am I wrong? Because I thought when they initially announced the Poncho box, they said it was a 1 in 5 chance, right? I heard the Poncho box is 1 in 20 cases. Jesus. What's up, Phantom Knight? It has been a while for sure. Blacksmith Fork Canyon, Ghost Deer, Giant Salamander, Mantis Man, Stormbringer, Power Cell, Itvaras, Lightning Elusive, Jetstream, Billy Wax Club, Dragon of Oconto Falls. This is such a beautiful version of this card. I really, really like this artwork. I believe this is Kelsey. Yeah, Kelsey Giacchino's artwork. Gorgeous card. I don't know if it's coming across on the camera, but I do see a really big print line right underneath this green cryptid dragon ward part. There's a big print line right across the bottom there. I'm definitely going to have to look pretty closely at some of these before I send any of these to PSA. It's kind of faint, so I don't know if it's coming across on the screen, but there's definitely a big old print line down there by the bottom of the tail. Metakai opened 1 out of a case. I hadn't seen that one either. Nick, surprised you're not doing more Pokemon videos. The market's insane right now. I've opened like no Pokemon. Typically when I would do the Pokemon streams, I bought a lot of it in person. I would go to, Walmart or Target or Meijer and pick up Pokemon. And that's why I would do so many streams back then. I didn't order a whole lot of it online. And nowadays, you can't find it anywhere. And that's part of why. It's typically, if I'm going somewhere for groceries or something, I'll just pick up Pokemon while I'm there, some ETBs or whatever. But lately, that hasn't really been an option. So that's really the main reason why. And the other reason is I just haven't been that interested in the modern stuff, and I haven't really been paying much attention. Pokemon feels like the bubble is going to burst again, to be honest. It's going to have a second bust. Nothing wrong with a second bust, though. Bridgewater Triangle, Infused Igniter, Ghost Deer, Malik, Wingok, Giant Salamander, Unrivaled Strength, Silicon Valley, Jersey Devil, Krakata, and a Basilisk 2-star super rare. I'm trying to see. I don't see a print line on this one. I do see like a little scratching on the I don't know if that's scratching or just the cut of the card, but on the edges it looks a little like scuffy. The centering is bad on a lot. I honestly haven't even been paying that close of attention to the centering. Let's look. Oh yeah, you're right. Left to right and top to bottom on this basilisk. Left to right on the Dragon of Oconto Falls. Yeah, the centering's a little off. Metal Man looks fine top to bottom, but yeah, the centering's good on that. Centering's okay on the Phoenix too. Haven't seen any print lines on any hidden so far, thank God. I guess that is a good thing. Rainbow Crow, Raiju, Lava Bear, Rat King, Babe the Blue Ox, Snallygaster, Aziza, Knife's Edge, Golden Bear, Aura Generator. It's a cool looking card. And a Power Up Orange. All English Pokemon has these. Good point. I think people were just noticing that it seems like it's a little more prevalent than usual. I haven't noticed it a ton, but we also haven't pulled that many hits that I've really been looking closely at. Azaban, Rainbow Crow, Ziz, Pamela, Raiju, Kinderhook Crackle Bar, Lizard People, Bacon Wand, Mave, Face to Face, Kentucky Hellhound, Lightning Aura. Nick, we just got our full square booth for Collecticon Dallas, June 14th and 15th. Got a spot for you to sign some Metazoo and NSP cards in June. That is the one I'm looking at going to, actually, so that would work out good. I haven't bought the last 4 sets of Pokemon, you mean, Smoking? Slide Rock Bolter. This is definitely an interesting take on the Slide Rock Bolter. Leshy, Burst of Wind, Warning Shot, Flaming Spear of Pain, Dingbell's Toolkit, Wildfire, Times Square, and Bigfoot 2-star super rare. I definitely see what you mean with the centering, and there's a big scratch right above my finger there. I think you can see that on the camera. I can see it on the screen there. It's a big old, it's not a print line, it's like a scratch. I have 5 cases coming. Have to decide. I'm looking for Poncho boxes or keeping sealed. It's the ultimate Schrodinger's cat. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Metazoo is back, says Jeff. 4 sets of Pokemon in like 3 weeks' time. Stop scratching the cards, Nick. I will say that new Team Rocket set looks really cool. The Destined Rivals, I think it's called. But the second I saw it pop up on the Pokemon Center, it was gone. I couldn't get any of that. I wanted to get a few of those ETBs, but it was just sold out like immediately. Uctena, Magnetic Field, Fire Drake, Burst of Wind, Humple Dumple, Slide Rock Bolter, Bat Squatch, Jersey Devil, Jackalope, Lava Bear, Fortified Barricade, Fire Aura. I hope at least from these 5 boxes, we at least get one of the big star hidden rares. Man, that thunder sounds terrible. The house is like shaking. I hope the power doesn't go out. South Mountain Caves, Jackalope, Bridget, Third Eye Man, Area, Mapping Trophy, Static Wand, South Mountain Caves, Fire Giants, Drop Bear, Earth Aura. I think the big stars are case hits, so you're close to 50-50. Yeah, I mean, if we don't get anything crazy out of these, I'll probably definitely order a case or 2. I just wanted to kind of get my feet wet a little bit here with just a few boxes. I didn't know how deep I wanted to go on this. Air Aura, Double Trouble, and another Sun Wukong, a different variation this time, and a massive print line straight down the middle of there, right above his knee. It's right there. So at least with these 2-star super rares, the print lines do seem like they're pretty common. And a scratch at the bottom. PSA 10. Just joined. What's your overall impression so far? So far, I like it. So far, like I said, I think the structure of rarities is cool. I think it's definitely different than the old Metazoo. I mean, that's no secret, but I like that there's these different levels of rarity. So you open a box and you really don't know what you're going to get. And like I said, with the old Metazoo, with almost any set, you could open 2 or 3 boxes and basically complete the set as far as the hollows go. And with this, I mean, with the exception of secret rares in the old Metazoo, but with this, having the 3 stars and the big stars, I think makes it a little bit more dynamic of an opening experience. Precarious Bird Nest, Snipe, Double Down Chip, Dragon's Breath, Goofus Bird, Cumberland Dragon. I really like this Cumberland Dragon. And Spark. Also, some cases don't have hits, says Hello Brooklyn. Let me see what this is here. All right. If a pack is stolen from the factory, could it be considered pack fresh, or is there a new tier of freshness? If a card is stolen from the factory, I don't know what you mean. Now you have to open 10 times more. I probably will. I just didn't, like I said, I just didn't really know how deep I wanted to go on this. So I just wanted to get my feet wet, open a couple boxes, see how I liked it, see what kind of hits we got, and then go from there. But so far, I like it. So far, like I said, I think it's more dynamic than the original Metazoo for sure. Lava Bear, Snallygaster, Rat King, Babe the Blue Ox, Mave, Mount Price, Flashlight Frog, Do a Barrel Roll, Night Vision Goggles, Holy Warp Egg, nice Piazza Bird. See, I think these OG artwork cards look really good in a holo. With the black borders and just the layout of how they are compared to the old zoo. I think I have I do. I have an old Piazza here. I think the layout looks better too. Like just the way they have the rectangle where the cryptid is laid out on the card with the holo, I think looks better than the OG. Beautiful card. Centering is definitely off from left to right though. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these grade. I definitely want to send in. I've got all kinds of stuff I want to send in. So whatever we pull tonight, I'm going to go through and figure out what I want to send. But some of this stuff does look a little bit tricky to grade. Old Zoo looks extra nostalgic now. What's up, Creepy Clay K, my man? The statue artist himself. Hodag, Pamela, Adventurer's Backpack, Lava Armor, Javier, Radioactive Hornets, Back for Seconds, Fire Elusive, Infused Igniter. Ooh. I'm a big fan of blue. Blue is my favorite color. This Quetz looks beautiful. I love this. This is a beautiful card. That blue looks stunning. I like that a lot. And a Chupacabra as our super rare hit. No print line on that bad boy. I really like this Quetz though. That blue and black just looks sick. The new product looks way cleaner and polished, in my opinion, says Rom. I agree with that. Much nicer versus the old ones. I want to open these. Yeah, I was never huge on the OG cards. Love the chrome though. Yeah, Topps Chrome was definitely one of my favorite things they did with that old set, with the old zoo. Pamela, Unstable Power Transformer, Leshy, Cryptozoology Guide, Warning Shot, Hodag, Momo, Mothman Statue, Bigfoot, Blazing Jetpack, and another Baby Phoenix. And a scratch. Like I said, I can't tell if you guys can see it or not. The scratches are kind of hard to see on camera, but there's a scratch by the tip of the wing on this side. It will be interesting to see how these things grade. I'm going to have to definitely do some intensive pre-checks on these before I send anything in. So I've got a ton of stuff that I want to send from the old zoo. Yeah, I was never huge on the OG cards. Oh, I just read that one. Because I've got this whole box of shit that I want to send right here, and it's mostly OG zoo stuff. I think I've got my blue ink in here somewhere, but I opened a bunch of oh yeah, the new McDonald's stuff. I opened a bunch of seance off camera, and I pulled a bunch of these satanic panics. So I've got a bunch of those that I want to grade, and whatever we get tonight that are hits from the new Metazoo is going to go in with this submission. Man, I hope so. I hope I pull that Mothman Hidden Rare. And just kind of a pre-warning, if the power does go out and the stream shuts off, it's because of this storm. I've got the background noise muted on this mic, so you guys probably can't hear it. But it does sound not great. And Beans is like losing his mind in the other room right now because the lightning and thunder is so loud. Explosive Rabbit, Phantom Car, Lightning Aura. Seattle Seahawks colors are my favorite blue on that neon green. I had a few scratches to send to PSA, but they're not taking submissions from. Oh, they're not? Why not? PSA is not taking submissions from Canada? Blue ink just casually laying around. Do I have it sitting over here somewhere? I didn't see it in this. Let me see if I have it in here. I thought I had it in this box. It's an OG Mothman. I've even got some Magic the Gathering in here. I still think Chains of Old Scratch and Satanic Panic are two of the coolest looking, like, dark themed cards in all of Metazoo. Some Walking Sams. A couple Lady Lucks in there. There he is. There's a blue ink. What else do I have in here? Nightfall Moths. Just a bunch of random stuff in here. Random Rayquaza VMAX that we pulled on Christmas. It'll be an interesting submission. Oh, the tariffs. What's a blue ink going for now? Anyways, 100. I had a PSA 9 blue ink that I had listed on eBay for like a crazy price, and I had it on there for years. And I just sold it last night for $600 or $500. Cumberland Dragon, nice. Ooh, oh shit. Damn, I was so stoked on the Cumberland Dragon. I didn't even notice what was behind it. 3-star Mothy, baby. So far I've done pretty good as far as what I wanted to do out of 2 boxes. We've got 3 Mothman cards out of just 2 boxes, and I'm happy with that because I definitely wanted to pull some of these new Mothman and get these in my graded collection. Really cool. Where did I put the we had a super rare Mothman. I need to put that in a card saver. Let me do that before I forget. I think the reason I didn't put it in a card saver was because the centering was bad, right? Or there was a scratch or something. I didn't know if I was going to grade it or not. Nice. So out of 2 boxes, I'd say we've had some success. At least as far as what I was looking for out of these new sets. I'm going to put this Cumberland Dragon in a sleeve too. Bro, what is that? That's the best Metazoo card I've seen. Yeah, that new Mothman is sick. So far out of our first 2 boxes, and we're only halfway through this second box, but that is the 3-star secret rare moth going out of focus. Quetz, this Mothman here. There's some really cool stuff to be had in these new boxes. And someone brought this up earlier. This is one of the reasons why I was waiting to buy more. Someone asked if Metazoo was going to be reprinting this base set. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to wait. I do have an opportunity to buy some from the distributor. But as far as buying them on the secondary market right now, they seem to be going for over $100 for the most part. I don't know if Metazoo is going to reprint these. I don't know if they're going to be like a print to demand type of thing. So I kind of want to wait and see what that looks like. I don't want to start paying over $100 a box, or if they go up even more and then Metazoo reprints them in a month or whatever. So I kind of want to see what happens with how much availability there actually is, because we have no idea. And there's our other 3-star rare. Trample. Now, hopefully, we still have a chance at getting a hidden rare out of here, or potentially even a third 3-star, but those might be the 2 big hits for this box. We'll find out. I did not get a Poncho box, no. I wish I did. There's a bunch of Metazoo partners. They don't have any direct-to-consumer right now, but I'm sure if you just looked on eBay, you'd find a few. I don't know if they're on. I haven't checked TCG Player or not, but I'm sure there's a bunch on there as well. Emerging Sunshine, Medford Schmoes, Thunderous Feather, Fire Aura. Hobbiesville in Canada has them. I'd be shocked if they reprint, considering overprinting was an issue with the last zoo. This seems to be short printed, though. It seems like the demand is definitely higher than the availability, which is good. But I have no idea what the print run was on these or what that even looks like. It seems like there's not a lot of them out there. TCG Player is not supporting the relaunch. I tried to get them to add it to the catalog. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Thank you so much for doing this content. I've enjoyed so much this past week relearning Zoo. You're welcome, bro. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, shit. What? Black Dog of Hanging Hills. Green Corn Ceremony Basket. Medicine Bag. Puckwudgie. Blinding Headlights. And a Ziz. I definitely see what you guys are talking about with the centering on these. I'm noticing it mostly from left to right. It seems like the left-hand side of the card, the border is a lot thinner on these super rares. I just bought the moth you pulled on eBay. Price seemed very reasonable. What was it going for? Like I said, I haven't really looked at much of the secondary market on this stuff yet. I probably will after this video, though. TCG Player will support them in the future if it makes money. And they'll have some staying power. It'll have to have some staying power and prove itself, though. Yeah, I think that's a good price if you got it for $100. That'll definitely be one of the ones from this that I'm grading. Unrivaled Strength, Grease Lightning, New. That's the first time we got that card. I'll try to go through the rest of this box pretty quickly, just in case we don't have another hit. Another big hit, that is. I think you should. How much are these? You should still be able to find these boxes for around $100, maybe less. I think for the most part, what I saw on eBay, the boxes are going for around 100 or more, but there might be some people in the 90s. Aziza, Spring Heels, Jetstream. What I want to see is gameplay, locals, and events. So far, people are just collecting and grading. I agree. Why are they so expensive? I actually don't think it's that expensive, considering that the MSRP is $120, and for the most part, they're still going for pretty significantly under that. I mean, if they're going for $100, that's 20% or a little under 20% cheaper than MSRP right out of the gate. Shibuya Crossing, Goofus Bird, and another Sword of Surtur. Although you could make the argument it's a little bit expensive for 24 packs instead of 36. I want some starter decks. I'm not really a collector. I've seen a couple people selling there's like a cheaper version of the magazine that you can get. There's the magazine that has the Metazoo front to it that's going for like $250 or $300 on eBay. And that comes with those alpha demo packs and some packs from this. But I've seen there's like a Lorcana magazine that's got like a Mickey Mouse front that also includes one of those alpha demo decks. And those are going for like $40, I think, on eBay. So I haven't looked to see if people are selling the alpha demo decks individually, but you can get that magazine that has the demo deck in it for about $40 if you look on eBay. Van Meter Visitor. And there's one of the Piazza Birds. See, so someone was asking me what I thought about the Piazza Bird artwork in this set. This one I'm not super crazy about. This one I'm not the biggest fan of. I think it looks pretty far off from the OG Piazza Bird. And there's also a hidden rare of this same style Piazza Bird. I like that one a little bit better, but I'm not the biggest fan of this one. This is very... Although I should be a fan of it because it's very Charizard-esque. All right, last pack of box number 2. The OG Piazza art is pretty dope. I agree. I will say these packs are very, very easy to open compared to some of the previous Metazoo sets. Rolling Thunder, Lightning Elusive, Pukwudgie, Lacey, Thunderbird, Billy Whack Monster, and Air Aura. I just got to keep sleeving up these Thunderbirds. I really like these. Little Zapdos. All right, on to box number 3 out of 5 here. So far, I like what we've seen. I like what we've gotten, and I feel like it's been successful thus far. So let's do a hit recap of at least what I put in the card savers. I think this being by far the biggest hit. Although the Quets, I think the Quetz is pretty popular. I had a Trample too, but I think I threw it in that box up there. I think I like the 3-star more than the Hidden Rare Mothman. The Mothbrion, was the Mothbrion a 3-star or was it a people? There's like a Mothman. I don't remember if it was a hidden rare or secret rare. I know there's the OG one, but there was another Mothman that people were calling the Mothbrion because it kind of resembles the Moonbrion card. And I also really like the redesign of these boxes. I will say the box itself, like the feeling of it seems a little bit on the cheaper side. Like it feels flimsy and it's got like a matte finish to it. Obviously, it's not holographic or anything. And you do have the opportunity to get the Poncho box, but the box itself, and I'm assuming it was probably a little bit rushed considering they changed it at the last minute. The box itself does feel a little bit cheap compared to some of the older Metazoo boxes, but not really that big of a deal. Those magazines are going to be highly printed. I agree with that. I was able to get cases of them through distribution, but did not get a single booster box. So definitely something I would wait to buy. Malik, Fire Giant, Billy Whack Monster. Pretty sure the dark ones only come from the Poncho boxes. The dark ones. I know there's is Mothhawk still in here? I'd like to ask Mothhawk about his he got those variant cards. And I don't remember if he said there was a special box topper or something in the Poncho boxes or what. Oh shit. So with the box topper in the Poncho box, was it one box topper with 4 cards in it? Or was there 4 individual with 1 card in a pack? It's a pack of 4 cards. Okay. Gotcha. A box topper with all 4 cards. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for clarifying that. Radioactive Hornets, Lava Armor, Grounding Ritual Staff, Blown Away, Power Cell, Blinding Headlights, and a Snallygaster. This is a very creepy take on the Snally. And again, I feel like it's the left to right that the centering is the most off on these. So what are those? What are those going for? The individual cards from the Poncho box. I would imagine those would be pretty desirable, just based on seeing how desirable that box seems to be. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really looked at the secondary market that much, but I would imagine those cards are probably considered pretty big hits. Shadow rares, they're called. See, I didn't know that. I've been a little bit out of the loop on these. Bridget. Lightning Elusive, Puckwudgie. Rolling Thunder. Goofus Bird. And there's another one of these Bigfoots. Again, left to right. Kind of seems off. I kind of have a feeling these super rares are going to be exactly like the refractors from Topps Chrome. I think these are going to be very, very difficult to grade in a PSA 10. And I see, I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but I do see a print line and a scratch. One here, one here. I need to grade them because they're actually pretty clean. Yeah, I'm probably going to send out my PSA submission on Monday once I get an idea of what we got tonight. Lightning Elusive, Chupacabra, Thunderous Feather. So someone said, here's another question for you, Mothhawk. Someone said earlier that the Poncho boxes were loaded. Did you experience a different hit rate in your Poncho box? Because you're one of the few people that's actually opened one, right? I feel like most people are keeping them sealed. Goofus Bird, another really cool quest. Ooh, I like this one too. I don't think we got that one yet. Very cool. I'm gonna sleeve up both of those. No, same as a regular box. Okay. So the Mothman hidden rare that you pulled was not from the Poncho box. TMX Comics says mine had CN2 in it. Totally different box. Okay. Hopkinsville Goblin, Puckwudgie, Dingbell, Charoof, Flaming Spear of Pain, Snipe, Kissy Bug, Explosive Rabbit, and a Richtersveld Cave. What's your opinion on the caster cards? It's like almost all the new arts, but the caster cards miss. I agree with that, actually. Yes, I do agree with that sentiment. I think of all the artwork, the casters cards are probably my least favorite. I agree 100%. Pulled the Sword of Surtur full textured alt art as well. Oh, nice. As well as the Quets. Yeah, like this is Bridget is a good example here. It does. I feel like we got something textured in here. Yeah, I think we do. Or it's just a super rare. I can't tell. We got a Ho. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, is it just a super? Monkey Mirage. That's a pretty nice looking card. New casters are whack. Rose Robinson, Adam, and Sam were all beasties in the old zoo. Yeah. No card saver for that one. They're very they do feel very generic. Rolling Thunder. I do like this new raccoon character, this Aziban. Casey Jones, Mapping Trophy, Sheep Squatch, Agura, Kentucky Hellhound. Mirage is my favorite 2-star. Strong resemblance to Lacana card layout, in my opinion. Cumberland Gap, Ozzy Band, Golden Bear, Thermal Column, Metal Man of Alabama, Wampus Cat, Growth, Bacon Wand, Basket Ogress, another Uctena. Really like this Uctena. Another Dragon of Oconto Falls. And there's a scratch on that one too. Seems pretty common. It feels like it's always on this side where you can really see. I think you guys can see that on camera. There's like a scratch / print line looking thing. There's two of them, like right there. Nick, how long are you streaming for tonight? I guess we'll see. What's up, Gary? I'm at least doing all 5 of these new boxes. I don't know how many of the first edition boxes I'm going to get into tonight, depending on how long this goes. I might actually split it up into 2 nights. I feel like that would be better if I do first edition tomorrow night, because I actually wasn't expecting to get these boxes until tomorrow. So I was planning on streaming on Saturday night, which is tomorrow. So maybe we could do this tonight of the new boxes, and tomorrow do an OG Metazoo stream. Sun Wukong. But maybe at least do one first edition box tonight or something. I don't know. We'll see. Depending on how long the power stays on, I guess is another variable here too. But 2 streams is always better than 1. Now that I'm kind of learning the ropes on how to do this multicam stream, get a little bit more practice. Air Aura. Spring Heels. There we go. Another Mothy Boy. I'm definitely going to grade both of these. See, I don't know about the centering, though. The centering does look a little bit off, even on these. Yeah, definitely on the back. I didn't even look at the back. I think this is a beautiful Mothman, though. Let me look at the back of some of these. It's kind of hard to tell because the borders on the back are so thin. I feel like it's a little bit less noticeable how the centering is. I do plan on learning to play. I absolutely do, yeah. Since they're starting from scratch with this one, I feel like I have a little bit more time to actually learn. Whereas with the old Metazoo, I got in early, but I still got in a little late to jump right into the playing scene. But it feels like there's going to be a little bit of a delay in actually getting a competitive scene popping here. So I feel like I've got some time to learn. PSA is going to be giving out so many 7, 8s, and 9s. It certainly does look that way. I think this is going to be a tough grade. All right. Interesting they chose to release with no starter decks, blister packs, etc. I kind of wonder if when they redesign, I think maybe they will eventually. I kind of wonder if when they redesigned the booster boxes, even though they were able to get the booster boxes out on time, I kind of wonder if they redesigned the blister packs or any other products they might have had that may have also had that same design as the original booster box, and maybe those took longer to get out. Who knows? But I was a little bit surprised about that too. Chupacabra. How do you know they will grade? Charlie put out a post on Discord where he said they're all the major grading companies are going to accept it. You just have to fill out the description yourself. So like when you go and type in the name of the card, it's not going to auto populate on like the drop down menu. So you're just gonna have to type in the details yourself, which is the only thing. But he said, I believe he said CGC, PSA, and BGS are all going to take them. They're just not ready to. It won't auto populate when you type it in. Dakota says Charlie confirmed yesterday TCG players in the works. Ziz, Pamela, Raiju, Kinderhook Crackle Bar, Snallygast, Bat Squatch, Jersey Devil, Charoof, beautiful Dragon of Oconto Falls. This is a really good looking card. Let's leave this bad boy up. Yeah, I think maybe when I'm done with these new booster boxes, we'll do another stream tomorrow for the other first edition. Because honestly, I don't know. This storm is sounding really bad. It might be better to end the stream after we finish these boxes so that we don't have a stream that just gets cut off in the middle. Because I feel like there is a chance my power goes out here. Face to face, bulk up. Okay. Here's something new. Chupacabra. I haven't even seen this one yet. So this is our first 3-star of this box. Very interesting take on Chupacabra. Kind of looks like a badger. Your power always going off. Yeah, see, that's the thing about living out in the woods is like the power lines have to run through all the trees. And in a storm like this, as windy as it sounds, I feel like usually what happens is a branch or a tree or something falls on the power line and they got to come fix it. And I feel like there's a high probability of that based on what I'm hearing right now. Because a couple nights ago, when the storm was really bad, my power flickered like 5 times, but it came back on. It only stayed off for 10, 20 seconds each time, but it's not sounding good out there. That card was a Chupacabra. Airdrop, Raiju, and a Hodag. I really, really like this Hodag too. Not familiar with this artist, Mia Lloyd. I believe that's one of their new artists. Really good looking Hodag though. Still wish we got to see the war set. I agree. For that silly kitty, wasn't it? I wanted Legacy. Crazy that stores had pre-orders up and it never came. Yeah. I think we all wanted to see both War and Legacy come to fruition. Malik, yeah, I'm not a fan of these caster cards. Flashlight Frog, do a barrel roll. Phoenix, another variation of the Ho-Oh card, and a Cumberland Dragon. Good looking cards. Yeah, the foil Terras look really good. Rat King, Babe the Blue Ox, Mave, Mount Price, Basket Ogress Archive, Okanto Falls Arcade, Prevent Destruction, Slide Rock Bolter, Blighted Embers. And there's our other 3-star hit of this box. Not a huge fan of this. Of the two cards that we pulled out of this box, the 2 3-stars, these are probably some of my least favorite looking cards. This interpretation of Snallygaster is giving Cthulhu vibes. I don't know. It just looks weird. Looks like a big pussy with tentacles. I'm glad you're liking the new game so far. Yeah, for sure. Oh, people are saying they like that Snally. It's definitely an interesting interpretation of it. But I mean, it is kind of cool how it's about to eat a pig or whatever. But as far as the actual cryptid Snallygaster itself, I just feel like you can't see a whole lot of its actual body that well in this. It's just a big old mouth, big old tentacle mouth. And kind of the same with the Chupacabra, how you're just looking at its head. I'd like to see the whole body on there. I don't know, just my preference. Just a big old puss with tentacles. You heard it here first. Texture's kind of all over the place. I like that the texture is different on all the cards and it's going in different directions. I think it's kind of cool. So let's go through the rest of this box a little quicker. Van Meter Visitor, Lechuza. I'm gonna have to go through these bulk piles a little bit and look through these hollows because I'm very inconsistent with what I'm sleeving and what I'm not. The puss is showing a hog in its hole. Puckwudgie, Spring-Heeled Jack, Lightning Worm. That's the first Lightning Worm we've pulled tonight. Some of the textures seem planned and match the art curvature. I agree with that, yes. Some of the textures do seem like the way that the texture is angled on the card is meant to go hand in hand with the actual artwork, and some of it does seem pretty random. I do agree with that. And another Ziz. Super rare. Whoops. Degen mode. Rip, rip, rip. Degen mode. Yeah, there's a little pig at the bottom of the in that bottom corner there. A pig about to get sucked up into the hole. Hodag, Aura Generator, and an Awful. True, but it might be based on the American version of the Chupacabra, not the other one. That's an interesting point, yeah. Another Phoenix. Damn. Stacks are getting a little high. Definitely a little surreal, though. Went from this Rush Chromie set that was super meh and weird seeing Mike say 2024 will be different, and they got a... Yeah. I'm just happy that we got some new Metazoo to open. However it came about and whatever happened in the past, it is nice to have something new that's completely different but still has a taste of the old zoo in it. And a Lady Luck. I believe there's a hidden rare Lady Luck as well, or at least a secret rare. Yes, I do think I'll be learning how to play this time. 100%. All right, this will be box number 4. OG Metazoo boxes will be the next Cryptid. D-Ghost box found and closed down local. Oh, okay. I think it's going to take a really long time for the OG Metazoo boxes to recoup their value based on the sheer volume that has been sold and seems to still remain on some of these GWOAT streams. Power Cell, Aura Generator, little baby Phoenix. Centering looks a little better on that one. I'm ripping OG right now, waiting for my new case. Nice. We'll do a hit recap here for Nate. If they focus. So we got the Snarl. So these are mostly the 3-star hits. Snallygaster, Chupacabra, Mothman, Mothman Super, Mothman 3-star, Quetz 3-star, Mothman, Ziz, and Sun Wukong. So hopefully tonight we should have 4 more 3-star hits, at least. What does everyone do with old Metazoo bulk? It's sad to think they just get trashed, but I imagine that's the reality. I burn mine. The Mucho Man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. $10 dono. The Mucho Man says Natty Nick is the man. Moo yeah. I appreciate that, bro. Quick upgrade and another Rainbow Crow. I would really like to get the Rainbow Crow Alti. Rat King went from chase card to pack filler. I wonder if that had any impact on the secondary market of the Rat King, the original Rat King promo. The fact that it's now like a $20 card. I wonder if the fact that in the new set it's just kind of a filler card. No problem, Nate. Bridget. Hyperion. Holy Warp Egg. Fortified Barricade. Rainbow Alt I pulled looks sick. Oh my god. I should have had a better organization system to stack up all this bulk. Here, start doing this. I'm just going to start tossing it in these old boosters. I'm definitely going to have to sort through a lot of this later. Real Rat King is Master Splinter. Rat King went down in price. I would assume that's the majority of the reasons because they were selling so many of them. But I wonder if any impact at all was the fact that it's a filler card in the new Metazoo. Looks like we got something here. Another Snally. Man, I was hoping not to double up on something like the Snally. I want to keep getting these 3 stars that I haven't seen yet. They heard you like the Snally. Push strikes again. Are you doing a master set? I don't typically do master sets, no. I do, like, typically what I do is I do have a binder for each set, and I typically just do all the hollows from the set. And there's typically a lot of duplicate hollows, but I never really do a master set. So it looks like we might have another 3-star right back to back here. Nice. The Hodag 3-star. There's one that we haven't gotten yet. Back to back. That was pretty early in the box, too, it seems like. Very nice Hodag, though. So let's rip the rest of these a little bit faster again. Because it seems like so far tonight... Oh, there. Another Mothman. It seems like so far tonight it's been pretty consistent, 2 per box. And it seems like from everybody's firsthand experience, it's been 2-3 stars per box. So we probably won't get another one unless we get a hidden rare in here. Why is the Hodag a fire type now? That's a good question. It's so crazy to me how much better these look. I agree. Especially these textured hits. I think they look great. Cumberland Dragon and a Ding Bell. I couldn't tell if those were scratches or just part of the art, but it looks like it's part of the art. There are multiple types of some of the characters this time around. Don't FOMO on the card. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Don't FOMO on the cards. Wait for the prices to settle. Radioactive Hornets, Blighted Embers, Bulk Up. Another box for some of this bulk. I bought 2 of the 3-star moth during the stream. LOL, the FOMO is real. Slide Rock Bolter, Medford Smose, Thunderous Feather. Did you buy any booster boxes yet, Kobe? Basket Ogress, Awful, Groot, Slang. If you read the lore, the cryptids take on the essence of the caster. So if a fire caster catches a Hodag, it would have a fire aura. Oh, that makes sense. Mothhawk with the facts. Spring Heels, and another Sun Wukong super rare. You think Mike Waddell is opening any? I highly doubt it. What was the other guy's? Yeah, Andy. I would be curious to know what they think of it so far, though. I missed the cosmic type. Mike is punching air right now. I am kind of curious if they've opened any, if they bought just a booster box just to see. Piazza Bird. Yeah, I think that's why the 3-star Chupacabra looks the way it does, my assumption at least. Sleazy P. I think you missed. The biggest thing you missed was probably the Hodag. I'll show the hits again after this box. Thunderbird, Ho, Octena. I think Mike is probably just happy to see someone else take it over and keep his idea alive without him having the responsibility. I mean, that seems reasonable, but I feel like there's probably still an element of jealousy to it. It probably doesn't feel good seeing a better version of your idea. Just now joining, what do you think of the new art? I like it so far, yeah. Panty in a Richtersville cave. I can see Cosmic making a comeback in a future set. Art is amazing, competitive now with other TCGs, in my opinion. I think adding the textured cards was a big step up. Rolling Thunder, Fire Giant, and a Trample. They're also changing his idea in many ways while keeping his name. I'd be upset. I honestly like that they kept it as Metazoo. I was kind of worried they were going to rename it to something else. I like that they just kept the Metazoo name. Because initially I thought that the Meta 2 thing was going to be what it was actually called, but I like the way I like what they've done so far. So far, so good. Just need serialized now for collectors. I believe that in the interview I did with Charlie, he said eventually there will be serialized cards. Ignite Arms. Bigfoot Hollow. Nice. And that's a cool looking Billy Whack monster too. I'll put those in the hit box. I'll be doing another Mothman sketch card to celebrate the new zoo. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Only fantasy cards. Actually, I think I have the Mothman that you sent me. Actually, I think I have it right here. If this is the same person. Is this the one? Actually, it doesn't say only fantasy cards. This might be a different one. I don't know. I got a lot of cool random stuff over here on my desk. Oh, that is the one. Okay. My man. Escaped Alien. What's up, bro? My business. Oh, okay. Another Lechuza and another Monkey Mirage, 2-star super rare. Feels very nostalgic having everybody back here for the new Metazoo. The whole gang's here, it seems like. Medicine Bag, Goofus Bird, Billy Wax Club. I feel like it does make it a little underwhelming when you open the 2 big hits early in the box is the only thing. But I guess there always is the chance that you also get a hidden rare. Azaban. Ho. Balls Mahoney, what's up, dude? In Canada, it's a bit harder to get product. I'm sure they're going to work on distribution for future sets and future releases. I'm sure this was a little scaled back compared to what they're hoping to do. At least I think so. I see what everybody is saying. I guess it's probably bittersweet. Happy to see the idea live on, but unhappy with how he ran it, and good to have someone successfully taking it in a different direction. Fire Aura, awful. There we go. Another Mothman Super. This one, the centering looks a lot better on this one, I think. But there's a print line right down the middle, of course. Damn, dude. Yeah, these are going to be, I have a feeling these are going to be really hard to get a PSA 10. Metazoo, let's see some products at local TCGs. The relaunch is a proof of concept. That Air Mothman is really strong in gameplay. Charlie gave me a pack, and it was that moth. Nice. Not more print line. It seemed, I don't know if we've had one. Maybe we've had one super rare that didn't have one. But I feel like it's like almost every single one has either a print line or a scratch. Like I said, I think it's going to be very similar to the refractors from Topps Chrome. I think it's going to be very, very difficult to grade these. From what I've seen, it seems like the top hit is the, like I said, I haven't looked too much at the secondary market, but from what I've seen, it would seem that the top hit is that OG Mothman hidden rare. As far as the prices that I've seen, that was the highest sold price that I saw, and it looks like the highest listed price that I'm still seeing as well, like a couple $1,000s. There's another Snally. I mean, I guess when you can see its whole body, it's a cool looking interpretation of Snally, but I don't like just the close up of the mouth. Bunnyman Productions. Do you know how often sets are going to be released? No, I don't think they've said that yet. They said it was going to be a ramped up release schedule. I thought they had said it would be more sets per year than the old Metazoo did, but I have no idea when the next set is going to be or how often we're going to see sets come out. I am excited for the second set being themed around Frogman, though. Loveland Frogman. Lizard People. That's the first Lizard People I think we've seen tonight. Double Trouble and another Phoenix. The Phoenix card I think is really cool. Something I wonder too, Jake, Mothhawk, have any idea? I hope set 2 is by the end of summer. Pukwudgie. Chupacabra. That's an interesting interpretation of Chupacabra for sure. Van Meter Visitor. Where am I getting this information about the Frogman thing? They said that on actually I think they said it in the video and on Discord. But I believe in my interview with Charlie, I thought he had said that it would be a heightened release schedule compared to the old Metazoo as far as how many sets per year. I believe he said that. Nature's Wrath, Times Square. Again, these horizontal hollow Terras look great. Sneaky Snally. All right, on to the final box of the evening. I think so far the consensus is I will be buying at least another case of these. Will you be keeping or maybe selling your reverse hollows? I honestly don't know. I'm going to have to look through and see. I definitely want to grade like a good chunk of this. But what we've seen so far with these reverse hollows and even with the super rare, are you talking about these? I think these are more, I don't think these are considered reverse hollows. I think these are considered super rares. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I got to go through all this stuff and see what I want to grade. Even the cards that I didn't sleeve, I might go through and grade some of those as well. We'll just have to see. I want to get a good idea of how well these do. So I want to submit some cards, even though they don't look like they're going to get a 10. I want to submit some stuff and just see what the grades look like and maybe even just take a hit on some of them. Like these Mothman, even though they have a print line or whatever, I might send them anyway just to see how they grade. I mean, I know they're not going to be 10s, but I'm just kind of curious to see how some of this stuff does at PSA. So I don't know. I kind of want to grade one of every rarity, at least one of every rarity, just to see how they do. Charlie talked a lot about being competitive in the industry. Hopefully that means quarterly releases at a minimum. Did you get an alt art box in your case? I did not get an alt art box. Do you know the best way to get this item outside if buying outside of America, specifically Australia? I don't think I have an answer for you there. The best way to get it if you live in Australia, I don't know. Charlie said on Discord that PSA, BGS, and CGC will all be grading it. It just won't auto-populate when you fill it out, so you got to put in all the details yourself. So how's life been, Nick? Have you been pretty busy? Yeah, I've been reasonably busy, yeah. Now that the bodybuilding competition season is like back in full swing, I believe the next almost 12 weeks, every single weekend there's going to be a pro bodybuilding competition, whereas obviously January and February there were none, and then the Arnold Classic in March was like the kickoff of the season, but now it's like it's pretty much back into full swing. I think quarterly releases is too much at the beginning of the game, says Bunnyman Productions. Sally's Hallie says Paul Luna Cards and Gameology have it in Australia. Kinderhook Crackle Bar, Grease Lightning, and another Bigfoot Super Rare. I think this is the Super Rare that we've gotten so far the most duplicates of. I think this is the 4th or 5th Bigfoot 2-star that we've gotten. Hey, what's up, Nick? Didn't know this was out already. What are your thoughts on it so far? So far, I really like it. It seems really enjoyable to open, and I like a lot of the new artwork. Definitely different. Definitely a change of pace compared to the old Metazoo. And I think someone made this comment earlier. I do feel like it has a much cleaner look to it than the old Metazoo does. It looks a lot more streamlined. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I kind of like it. Spring heels, blinding headlights. 3 sets a year will be best in my opinion. I'll be fine with 3 sets a year. Curious if I'll like the new set in CGC or PSA. That's a good point. I feel like one of the reasons why I really liked grading Metazoo primarily with PSA was because of the red on the case matching the red borders. It will be interesting to see how these look slabbed up, which company they look best slabbed up in. Agreed, 3 is nice. Won't have that old school wallet fatigue either. I think I'm going to have some wallet fatigue after this base set. That's why I tried not to FOMO into this set. And again, that's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit late on this opening. I didn't want to like jump the gun and buy a ton of this and just not like it. I really wanted to ease into it, and that's why I'm starting with these 5 boxes. I'm definitely going to buy more, and I think that's where I'm going to start to get in a little bit over my head. But I wanted to ease into it and not just be like, oh, this is going to be the next best thing. I'm going to buy a bunch of cases because I didn't really know what to expect or if I was going to like it or not. But I definitely did have that thought when this came out. I was like, should I just buy, like 50 boxes of this and just rip it endlessly? And I was like, no, let's just wait and see. As a band, Van Meter Visitor, another Sun Wukong. How much did you get the boxes for? I think I paid like 65 a box. Shout out to Silky if he's in the chat. I am going to get an account where I can buy it from the distributor. But Silky really hooked me up, and he just charged me whatever he paid because he got them directly from the distributor. So he's who I got them from. And I think I paid 65 or 67, something like that per box. But I have a feeling that for future sets, just based on how much I like this set, I will go a little bit harder on the future sets and buy a little bit more than I bought with this. I was going to stick to my initial plan and just buy 1 box at release and just open 1 box for the stream. But then I started to see some of the early pulls that people started to get, and I was like, nah, I can't just do 1. YouTube search Metazoo are on par now with November 2021. Interesting. I paid retail trying to set up distro. I've yet to a booster box from the 2 case I got from my distributor. Great price. I paid 150 CAD. Thank you for the dono, by the way, Jay Worry. Spring Heel Jack, awful. So let's see. What am I hoping for out of this box? I would just hope for 1 hidden rare for tonight's opening. 1 big star. And probably after this, I'm probably going to watch a little bit more. Like I said, I haven't watched very many openings. I'll probably watch a few more openings after this stream and get a better idea of what to expect. Ooh, nice. 3-star Sun Wukong. Very nice. There's one that we haven't seen yet. How many boxes in so far? This is the 5th box. The 5th of 5. Not the big crazy chase Sun Wukong, but this one's still really nice looking. I wonder what the chase cards are. There's no, as far as I know, there's no serialized cards in this set. See, this is kind of weird. There's another textured card in here. I feel like most of the 3 stars that we've opened tonight have been back to back, like right next to each other in the box. It's interesting. Billy Whack Club. And a Sword of Surtur is our 3-star hit. My chase is the Mothman that Mothhawk pulled. The OG artwork hidden rare. I think that is one of the sickest looking cards I've ever seen. And probably just because I'm partial to that original Mothman artwork. I love that. I'm glad they didn't rely on serialized cards for chases. 3 stars are clumped. Man, I hope we get something else out of this box. It does kind of suck when you pull them early in the box. Power Up Orange. Yeah, I think it'll definitely be interesting. I think I'm going to grade all of the textured cards, and then I'm going to decide what I want to do as far as if there's any hollows that I want to grade, if there's any super rares that I want to grade. But I think just for the sake of trying to find out how well the 3 stars do, I think I'll probably just grade all of these. Unless one of these 3 stars that I pulled tonight is like really bad or there's something wrong with it. But I think I might just grade them all just to see how they do. But then as far as like these hits, and see that one is scratched too, right under the jaw of that. It's hard for these to focus because I feel like the reflection is making it refocus. There's a print line on this one too. I'll have to really look through with like a fine-tooth comb and see if there's any of these supers that I think are gradable. So far, I feel like I haven't seen one of these super rares that I think is going to be a PSA 10. How are the corners? They look jagged. Let's look at them in this next pack. The corners on the super rare specifically or just in general? I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of whitening on these corners. I mean, you would think with black borders, the whitening would be a little bit more apparent if there was any. And I'm not seeing a ton. I might send a few to CGC as well. That's not a bad idea. Someone made a good point earlier that they wondered how these would look in the slabs. And I think they would look good in a CGC slab. Wonder if there's any whitening on the backs. There's a lot of black on the back of these cards. Doesn't really look like it. Spiked collar, another Quetz, another drop bear. Oh, the super rare specifically? I'll look at the next one that we pull and see. But yeah, as far as just whitening goes, I'm really not seeing a lot of that. But I think that might be a little overshadowed by the centering on some of these. Big old print line right at the top of that, right above the 5. I think you can see that on the camera. I don't know if it's just how these cards were cut, but the cut doesn't look clean. I don't think the corners look jagged per se, but the cut looks a little on the top and the bottom. Yeah, see at the bottom there? That looks a little jagged. It doesn't look like the cleanest cut. Not releasing the products you advertise, another way to run a company into the ground. Canada got it later, ordered a case for us, got it today. Damn, this is like the old Evo opening few boxes, or a few years ago. Right on, Nick, I'm late. What's the verdict on the verdict so far is I really like them. And I think I'm leaving this stream tonight with definitely the desire to open a lot more of these. So I think there will definitely be more Metazoo streams in the future of this new base set. Yeah, I think I'm walking away from this stream wanting to open more is my main takeaway. I like the artwork. I like the way the chases are structured, and I like it. I think it's good so far. I am curious to see how the competitive scene stacks out. Like I am curious to see how the players of the old Metazoo that really enjoyed the gameplay of the old Metazoo, I'm curious to see what they think about the playability of this. Big old print line on this. Because as far as the artwork, the collectability, the chases, I think all that is good, but I think the gameplay is also very important, and I'm very curious to see what people think about it. I wonder if these will start showing up in big box stores. That's a good question too. I think maybe we need a 2.0 interview with Charlie to get some answers to some of these questions for future Metazoo sets. I would like to know the answer to the question someone asked earlier, why they didn't do blister packs, why they didn't do like starter decks or theme decks or anything like that, just the booster boxes. I think that's a good question. I'm curious about that myself. Octena. Is it going to be harder to go back to the old zoo? I guess we'll find out tomorrow, because I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to split this up into 2 streams, and tomorrow I've got 4 more booster boxes of first edition that I want to open. So we'll go back to the old zoo tomorrow and stream that. And I guess we'll see how it stacks up. Cumberland Dragon, different artwork. The players I've talked to have liked it so far, but it's very different from the original game. And so far, they haven't announced, at least to my knowledge, they haven't announced any competitions at all yet, right? I'd imagine they rushed to get the booster box out at the expense of the blisters and decks. I think that's probably a safe bet. Another Quetz, super rare. I don't think I'm seeing any print lines on this one. There's like a mark up at the corner there. They better pay the winner this time. No competitions announced yet, not even online tournaments. They had to get a set out. I really do like these Hollow Terras. I think they just look so good. Fossil Lake, Phantom Car. CN1 Kickstarter Nightfall will always be sick in my opinion. I can't disagree with that. I feel like I need to get some Nightfall boxes. I feel like it's been a long time since I've opened up Nightfall. I had a few CN2 boxes laying around. I had a bunch of Seance, and I ripped all that stuff off camera. But I haven't ripped Nightfall in a while. There we go. There's another moth. Now that I'm looking at the holo on this, I do see print lines just on these regular holos. I see 2. Right beneath, I can't tell if you can see it on camera or not, but right beneath the foot on the blue side. I don't know if they're scratches or print lines, but I see 2 very distinct lines in the foil right below the foot there. I'll have to take a closer look when I send some of this stuff to PSA and see if that's true on the other Mothman holos that I had. Yeah, something tells me this is going to be an interesting set to grade. Yeah, there's definitely a scratch or a print line or something. I think it is a print line because I think I can see it going all the way through to the red. Seance is a crap shot. Yeah, for sure. I've definitely opened up a few of those boxes that I opened off camera were like total duds. Some of them were really good though. I mean, some of them had Satanic Panic, Chains of Old Scratch, Lady Luck, like all in one box, and other ones had nothing. I think I opened up like 10 boxes in a row and didn't get a single what's the aura card in that? Possessed Aura. I didn't get a single Possessed Aura out of like 10 boxes. What's up, Steve? Jetstream. There's another Piazza 2-star. Where can we get them? I've been looking everywhere. Where can you get a booster box? There's a pretty good amount of them on eBay right now. Let's see how many packs we got left. 3 packs left. What are the odds that we get another hit out of here? Rat King. I know the Rat King comes in a hollow, right? I feel like I've seen a hollow version of this new one. I don't think we got one tonight, but Panty, face to face. I thought I saw, yeah, there's like a line. I thought it was part of the artwork. It's not even in the hollow. There's a line that goes clear across this card too. Kentucky Hellhound. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to take a close look at this before I submit any of these cards. There's definitely some flaws going on here. Reverse hollow. So there's only a reverse hollow of the Rat King. Lava Armor, Medford Smoes, Lightning Worm. Let me look at this hollow. Yeah, there's a scratch right there by the swirl. I wonder if it's like every single. It's almost like every single one. All right, last pack. Lava Bear, Snallygaster, Static Wand, Airdrop, Lava Bear, and Metal Man for our last pack. Let's look at the hollow on this. There's a print line. There is. It's hard to see, but it's right there above his shoulder. Right above that spike on his shoulder, there's a print line. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Print quality is rough to be expected. Damn, that's too many hits, bag. They almost look like roller lines. The 3 stars looked fine to me. I didn't notice anything, but it could be because of the texture that it makes it harder to see stuff like that. So we'll take a look at the hits here before we end the video. So out of 5 boxes, this is what we got here tonight. I included these Mothman in here. The Sword of Sutur, 3-star, Sun Wukong. Let's see. Yeah, I can't really see print lines or scratches, but it could just be because the texture makes it hard to see. They could be there. Mothman, there's a big old print, like really big, really noticeable right down the middle. Hodag, this is one of my favorites of the night. I really enjoy this card. Snally, Sun Wukong. I don't know why I put that in there. Ziz, another Mothman. And I'm seeing a big old print line at the top right under the 4. You guys can see that on the camera. Big old print line on that one. Quetz, that was another good one. I'd say the biggest hit of the night was the textured Mothman 3-star. There's one there too. You guys can see it on the camera. I can see it right there. There's a print line there too. Chupacabra and Snally. Yeah, this will be interesting. I'm definitely going to do another stream of these. Tomorrow night I'm going to do the first edition boxes, but I am going to grade a good chunk of these, and I'm very curious to see how this pans out. I'm going to have to take a close look at some of these cards and see what I want to send, but looking at them now, it kind of seems like almost every card has a flaw with it. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. There will be more to come. Tomorrow night, I'm going to do another one of the first edition boxes. But thank you guys for stopping by. I'll see you on the next one. And let me know in the comments of this video when it ends what you guys thought of the new zoo. Nick Strength and Pokemon signing out.